It lasts for about another 3 minutes, so you can watch here. First off, cover the whole iron with blue wax, put it onto an A6 card, and just sort of smear that across. Then take some tissue, make it into a point, and start rubbing that wax away whilst it's still warm. Now you can see it's already got too cold for me here, so what I'm going to do is a little trick. Put the iron down and heat the backing pad up. And as the heat feeds back through the wax card, it softens the wax again and makes it much easier. That's why I'm waiting. And here we go. So now I can rub that off very easily again with my piece of tissue. Once that's done, I'm just going to do a bit of foreground or somewhere for them to sit, somewhere for them to rest. And then start with the stylus, putting in the obvious details, little bits of eyes, mouths and so on. And I'm going to speed this up a bit now so you understand what to do. The stylus drawing tip is what I'm using. I'm putting on all the normal things that you'd think of for snowmen, like gloves, and then cleaning the tip before I change colour and put on some scarves. Red scarves, nice Christmassy colour, nice and warm for those cold little snowmen. And then, oh, what about a hat? So hat for the big one and a hat for the little guy. I changed that later on to a bit of silver. And then I thought I'll go down the edge and get rid of some of this sort of blank space. So I made a mistake there, so go back. You can always change things with encaustic art. Well, you probably already know that. Do the other side. And then when you've done that, I thought, well, I could line it with silver with the stylus. So here I am, just using silver wax on the stylus and following those lines that the iron edge made. You could elaborate this as much as you like. Little spots of white, obviously spots of white are good for snow. And so here we go, and I did this all over, just dabbing very lightly with the stylus, and then a few little accoutrements in the edge to tie in with the red scarves. Scribing tool to highlight the hat, just to show that you can lift edges and make greater contrasts as you go, and then polish it. And I thought, oh, I'd better seal this now. But before I did that, I wanted to put an edge on it. So silver wax in the little mini hot plate mode, and then just run the edge of that card through the wax like this. You can see the silver as it lines up onto that edge, and you do this with all the edges. Try not to touch the edge whilst the wax is still warm. I did do that, so I had to go through it again. Just do it all the way around, and then having polished it, it's time to put a bit of sealer onto a pad. Now I used to use a brush for this, but I realised that using a tissue is much better, and it's actually better to use a cloth if you're going to do more than a little bit. So first of all, just smear the sealer all over the card, and then the trick is to do this dabbing, because what that does is it breaks up the eye, and it looks non-reflective almost when it has dried off. You don't get lines from brush marks and so on. You can see there's no lines from the sealer. So that's a little snowman scene, and happy Christmas to you. There's more to come. Bye bye.